Happy Kindness Week, middies. Mr. Peery again. Today's kindness read aloud is called The Cool Bean by Jory John and Pete Oswald. Watch out! Here come the cool beans. The cool beans. Oh, yeah. Check out how they move. Look at the way they swagger. Notice their sunglasses. Yow! The cool beans are known all over school, from house to house, across town, beyond county lines. In the olden days, last year, we were all one big pod of beans. We were a mixed bag, but somehow it worked. Yep, those were the good old days. And then we stopped seeing each other as much. That's just how it is sometimes. You spend less time together, even though you're not totally sure why. I watched as the beans I knew so well, the beans from my own pod, became the cool beans. Oh, they were so cool. One of them could play the guitar. Cool. One of them could draw the best superheroes. Cool. One of them could jump higher than any bean I'd ever known. Cool. Me? Well, I mostly stayed the same. Sure, I made some small changes. I wore sunglasses. I slicked my hair back. I strutted around. I swaggered. I was still picked last for everything. My clothes never seemed to fit. I snorted when I laughed. Honk. I walked into stuff. Flump. I was an uncool bean for sure. I started thinking of myself as just a common bean with no special skills. I couldn't compete, so I didn't even try. I'd never be a cool bean. It seemed like there were two types of beans in the world. There were the cool beans and the beans like me. The days all blended together. I lived my life and things were just okay. I took tests and ate lunches and mostly kept to myself. The cool beans continued being cool. I mean, sure, I missed them a bit, but it's not like I was going to say anything. I felt like all the coolness had gotten in the way of our friendship. And that's how it went until one day I was in the cafeteria. I dropped my lunch on my loafers. Oh no, not again. But then something sort of miraculous happened. Out of nowhere, one of the cool beans helped me clean it up. He didn't even say anything, he just gave me a nod. That was it. Later, I was out on the playground. I tripped and scraped my knee and maybe cried a little bit, and everybody saw it. Another one of the cool beans came to my side, and without a word, he dusted me off. That afternoon, I was sitting in class. I hadn't I wasn't really paying attention. I didn't notice, but our teacher had called on me. Everyone stared. I sat there in silence. Nobody said anything. And then, everybody just laughed. At me! That was it. After today, I was officially a has-been. But then one of the cool beans stood up and came over to me. Everybody watched. She leaned in close and whispered, "Hey, the teacher asked you to read from page 32." Then she gave me a quick wink and went back to her seat. It was a small gesture, sure, but it was also everything. I walked home with a goofy smile on my face. I smiled all the way through dinner. That day made all the difference. It was a day that could have been really bad if not for the kindness of a few cool beans. It gave me a shred of confidence. That shred of confidence has continued to grow. Somebody had my back, or a few somebodies. After that, I started hanging out with the cool beans again. How have you been? Get it? How have you been? Not all of the time, but sometimes. At lunch, after school, even on the weekends. Throughout all of this, I realized that it's not about how you look or any of that other silly stuff. It's about a wink or a nod or a smile at just the right moment. It's about dusting somebody off, helping them up again, and pointing them in the right direction. You need a hand? Yes, please. Now that's cool. Hey friends, me again. I love that story. And one of the things I love about it the most is it talks about what being cool really means. And a lot of us think that it's like how many friends you have, or all the clothes and the newest stuff, and having that new video game, or all that fancy stuff. But that's not really what it is at all. Being cool is, people liking you. And people like you when you're nice, right? That's all it is. So the more kind things we can do for each other, those little things like picking each other up and dusting each other off, or helping somebody when they don't know the answer, or just playing with somebody at recess who needs a friend. All of those things, that's what makes you guys really cool. So just keep doing those nice things to each other. And who knows, maybe one of those little nice, friendly things that you do is really what makes a difference in somebody else. By having, they could have either had a really bad day or just a really great day. And sometimes just that smile or that friendly help is what makes all the difference. So you never know whose life you're going to change, whose day you're going to change. Just go out there and be nice to people. All right, middies, see you later. And remember, stay cool and be kind.